little bit, you will hear from our product leaders about how we're investing in our products to help you adapt and capture this opportunity. So what can you do to be ready? Organizations and you as leaders have navigated the first chapters of digital transformation. The move to the cloud and software as a service has driven incredible business agility and democratized access to best-in-class business tools. And utilizing things like machine learning and data integrations and APIs, which gave us the ability to automate flows and improve business operations. The next few years will be about how these technologies impact the customer experience, improving digital touchpoints, and the relevance of your communication and marketing. As you plan your customer experience and engagement strategies and make plans around how to leverage your existing tools and where you invest, this is the one thing I'd like for you to take from today. Messaging needs to be the cornerstone of your next chapter of digital transformation. Brands that have made this switch already are seeing gains in customer satisfaction, agent efficiency, and improvements in marketing and sales. Intuitive, automated experiences can help customers get faster responses, and it frees up your agents to handle more complex questions, which drives better results at scale. For example, call volumes to KLM Royal Dutch Airlines spiked by 500% when COVID-19 restrictions first took effect. The airline introduced a new prioritization model and automation with machine learning on Messenger and WhatsApp to automatically resolve common incoming queries while freeing up agent time, reducing wait times to nearly zero for the most urgent conversations. These kinds of results are also being realized for customer acquisition and marketing use cases. CNA, a global fashion retailer, sees messaging as a key part of their digital strategy. They invested in WhatsApp to enable agility and better customer experiences for their Brazilian customers. As a result, half of their digital revenue in Brazil, which last year was 900 million reals, now comes through sales on WhatsApp. We've been working to create these experiences over the past few years, and I'm very excited to see them coming to life and improving how people interact with businesses. Here's what we've learned about how to make this all work. The first problem to solve is not a technical problem. You have well-established systems, processes, and teams in place built around the communication channels you've had for years. You need to rethink how these can change to take advantage of the benefits messaging can provide. For example, Aldi, a global supermarket chain, reimagined how to answer customer questions about what products were in stock. They reduced response times from 3 minutes to 3 seconds and redeployed 8.5% of their customer service staff by using an AI-powered assistant on Facebook Messenger. Start with obvious use cases and build momentum. Companies we talk to are excited. They want results and they're aiming big. But there's a learning curve. The companies that thrive start with perfecting a key opportunity and workload and expanding from there. For example, Indosat, a leading telecommunications provider in Indonesia, launched an automated customer support experience on WhatsApp, which resolves 92% of customer inquiries and 70% of users give it their highest satisfaction rating. Inspired by that success, Indosat added digital purchases, prepaid refills, and more, growing revenue over WhatsApp by 5 times in just 1 year. The industry was headed towards this transformation, and the trend has only been accelerated in the last 2 years. Moving fast will also unlock new opportunities for you sooner. The faster you're able to free up your call centers, which are a cost center, the sooner you can turn them into profit centers by enabling them to upsell and cross-sell. And yes, messaging is one of the best ways to generate and qualify leads. Our ecosystem of partners are the backbone of this transformation. They've been working with us from the start, with thousands of brands, to create the experiences that I've talked about today. We will continue to invest in this ecosystem, improving our development platform and making it easy for our partners and you to create value for your customers and your business. We are inventing the future here, together. You, our customers, partners, and developers have and will continue to play a pivotal role.
Wow, thank you so much, Matt. That was truly inspirational. I loved hearing all about how businesses are already using messaging to connect with their customers. I also love how Matt emphasized the importance of the entire ecosystem because that's why all of you are here with us today. Now at Meta, we know we can't do it all by ourselves, and we're excited to build with you. So this next section is going to talk all about what we're doing to innovate our products. We'll hear where Meta is investing, what advancements we've made, and how you can benefit. There are some exciting announcements coming up in this next section, so get ready to hear from Amivora on what's next at WhatsApp, Ankur Prasad on the latest at Messenger and Instagram Direct, and Brad Birnbaum from the newest part of the Meta family, Customer with a K. Before all of that, though, please welcome Emil Litvak, our VP of Product and Engineering for Business Messaging, who will share how we're building our products to realize the potential of messaging.
Thanks, Melinda. It is really great to be here today for our first ever Conversations Conference. I'm excited for us to tell you about the product launches that are happening now, and I thought I'd start with where we're headed. Imagine I'm here several years from now at a future Conversations Conference, telling you personal stories of how business conversations are making our lives easier. Okay, first story. It's snowing again in Seattle, where I live. Yes, that hasn't changed. And I get into a car accident returning from a grocery store. It's not my fault, I promise. I message my wife to let her know that I'm okay and I'll be late. And then I use directory built into the messaging app to find my auto insurer. And because it's cold, I'm just sending voice messages, which get transcribed into text and routed to the claims department to start a new claim. They message me to take a few photos, which I do, and message them back. They send me my coverage details. Great! My coverage allows me to get a tow truck, which they automatically dispatch to my location after I share it over messaging. The tow truck arrives promptly and gets my car. Now, how am I going to get home with groceries? Aha! I see a parked car with a car sharing logo and a QR code on the side. I scan the code, which turns into a message thread with the company. It's a new service and I don't have an account, but no problem. I ask my messaging app to automatically send them everything they need to open one, including payment information. And in a minute, the car is unlocked and ready to drive. No app download required. Later, the car sharing company sends me a message with a promo code for my next rental and asks me if I would like to have a weekly deal. And I just might. I get home in time for a dinner with my wife. We're empty nesters now. Our kids are off to college. My daughter tells me a great story that I'm also going to share with you. She just moved off campus from her dorm, and she needs furniture. She sees a cool-looking ad from a local furniture store that is having a back-to-school sale for the students in the area. The ad says to just message the store. She does, and starts a chat with one of their interior designers. She tells him a bit about her style and sends pictures of the empty room. The designer wants to show her a few similarly sized virtual rooms. So, their avatars enter an immersive space in the metaverse where they get to explore the designs together. They pick a few pieces and try them out overlaid on top of her actual room with augmented reality filter in the messaging app. She's able to see how those look in her space immediately. The table is working really well, so she orders it right away. All of this happens in the messaging thread, the video call, the AR/VR experience, and even confirmation and delivery updates. And this is what I love about those stories. The heroes, our interior designer and insurance agent, they're highly intelligent AI assistants at first, before they become live agents. They had all the relevant information to get the conversation started to help me and my family. And we didn't need to leave the apps we use every day. The entire experience was seamless and real easy. Now, let's come back to the present day. At this point in time, we're entering a new era in the customer experience powered by messaging. To Matt's point, now is the time for businesses to invest and get started. On that note, I'd like to share our near-term product investment areas to help bring this vision to life. We're making product investments in 3 key areas to help businesses begin this transformation. These investments will help you, first, start conversations with customers. Second, scale your business through conversations. And third, delight customers with a seamless experience. Let's talk about the first, helping your customers start conversations. Customers want to be met where they already are, which is increasingly on the messaging platform of their choice. And you can see this in the consumer behavior. The volume of daily conversations between people and businesses continues to grow significantly. In fact, it grew over 50% over the last year. So we're building products that make it real easy for your customers, whether they're new or existing, to immediately start conversations with you. From send message buttons on Facebook and Instagram, from websites and apps with web links and chat plugins, and from the real physical world with QR codes. And when you're ready to drive even more leads and sales through conversations, our click-to-message advertising products deliver incredible results for businesses of all sizes. It's why people start tens of millions of conversations every day from ads that click to message. Okay, now that your customers are reaching out to you, let's talk about our second investment area, helping you scale your business through conversations. Let's face it, both you and your customers are busy, so you need smart and robust, easy-to-use tools for scaling better through conversations. Here, we're putting state-of-the-art technology to work and building tools that help businesses of every size automate their customer communications so you can respond quickly to every interaction. Simple interactions need to be resolved by automation, AI, and natural language processing to help you free up your company employees for more complex conversations. And tools also have to offer the right features depending on the size of the business, from simple automation to powerful APIs. And this brings me to our third investment area. Now that your business is getting more and more conversations, you must delight your customers with a seamless customer experience. As Matt talked about, engaging with a business is often a frustrating experience for people and a lost opportunity for the business. That's where the value of messaging really shines, because everything that a business needs to sell, support, and market to customers is right there in one easy-to-use, persistent thread. We're building conversational commerce capabilities to browse for products, to add to a shopping cart and buy. We're building new ways to engage and re-engage customers with relevant updates and timely notifications. And finally, we're adding voice and video capabilities. For people, messaging becomes a single interface that is delightful and easy to use, making them lifelong, loyal customers. And for businesses, it offers a single view of the customer in one channel. All of this happens in the messaging thread, which they can personalize to every customer. In summary, we're really excited about creating awesome products that help businesses start conversations, scale their business, and delight their customers. Now, let me tell you how we're going to bring these product solutions to businesses of all sizes through our platforms and tools. For very small businesses and entrepreneurs, we've built a dedicated business app for WhatsApp and also built lightweight business inboxes directly in Messenger and Instagram. You'll hear more about this from Ami and Ankur. As those businesses grow and their needs get more complex, we've created Meta Business Suite, which has omni-channel capabilities, including the ability to interact with people across Messenger, Instagram, in one easy-to-use tool. You'll hear more about all of our small business tools from Pooja. And as those businesses get even more successful and complex, they'll need a more powerful tool that is both people-centric and omni-channel, with many enterprise integrations already built in. That's why we recently acquired Customer, a messaging-first CRM platform. You'll hear more about this from Brad, the VP of Customer. Larger businesses often need even more customization, which is why we offer enterprise-grade solutions that can be built on top of our APIs, whether directly or through a trusted partner. You'll hear more about this in a bit, and the important piece here is that those experiences in our APIs will be as great as you make them. We've seen partners and developers build great things already. We want to help them move even faster and build more awesome solutions for businesses. So today, I'm excited to announce that we're launching a startup accelerator in partnership with Plug and Play, an early-stage venture capital firm. This partnership will provide startups with expert resources, community, and commercial support. With that, I'm excited to turn it over to Ami Vora, who'll talk more about what we're building at WhatsApp.
Thanks, Emil. For people around the world, WhatsApp is part of their daily lives. And it's how 2 billion people connect with friends and family in a simple, reliable, and private way. For me, it's how I stay in touch with all the important people in my life, no matter where they are. Whether that's feeling like I'm there, at my nephew's wedding half a world away. Or sharing the little moments of my day-to-day, like when all 3 of my kids are finally asleep at the same time. That one usually requires a little extra celebration too. What started with one-to-one and small group chats now also includes voice and video calls, status, and most recently, communities. WhatsApp has also evolved to become the way people want to connect with businesses. The same simple, personal way you talk with friends and family. You know, it's how I chat with my favorite local Indian restaurant, where I always need to add just a couple more items to my order. For many businesses, WhatsApp is their business. It's their website, their store counter, their livelihood, and it's empowering their growth. That's why we've been building tools specifically for them, so they can do more on WhatsApp. This includes the WhatsApp Business app for small businesses like my neighborhood coffee shop or garden store, and the WhatsApp Business Platform, our API, for larger businesses like banks, airlines, or e-commerce companies, as well as developers and partners. These tools are helping businesses improve their communication with customers at scale. Our mission at WhatsApp is to connect the world privately, and building for businesses is a core part of that. We need to get this experience right, both for businesses and consumers. And that's why we're investing in the 3 key areas Emil mentioned, so people and businesses can get more done together. There's no better place in the world to start conversations with businesses than Facebook and Instagram. That's why we have ads that click over to a WhatsApp chat. We're also testing a feature in Sao Paulo, where businesses can get listed in a directory right inside WhatsApp. So that way you never show up empty-handed when you're heading to a friend's for game night. It's early days, but it's our goal to bring directory to more cities and countries in the future. Of course, as we create more features, we want to build a delightful, natural experience. So anything that might happen in person or on a website could happen right. That means letting businesses create simple menu options for customers to choose from. So I can request information like flight or hotel deals for my upcoming solo beach vacation. Please, do not tell my kids. It also means making it easy to find something to buy, adding it to a cart, checking out, and paying, all within the app. For many people, WhatsApp is their first e-commerce experience and how they're used to shopping. It's making commerce accessible for an entirely new audience that might not otherwise be able to shop online. We've started making this possible through our partnership with GeoMart, so people in India can place their grocery orders and pay directly through WhatsApp. And we'll bring other ordering experiences to India in the coming months, and are working on similar experiences in other countries in the future. Now, all these messaging and commerce experiences only matter for people if they can chat with their favorite businesses on WhatsApp. So we have to help businesses of all sizes get onto WhatsApp in the first place, and then give them the tools they need to scale their communication. For instance, if you're a small business, how do you make it easier for customers to find you, or handle an influx of chats as you're growing? We're developing tools to help, like the ability to manage chats across up to 10 devices, and new customizable WhatsApp click-to-chat links to help businesses attract more customers. We're building features like these to help businesses scale their operations beyond just a few people. We'll make them part of a new, optional premium service we'll be testing soon. And of course, we'll keep constantly improving the free version of the business app. And for large businesses, how can we build a platform that's so fast and easy that you can send your first message in just a few minutes? Well, today we're opening up the new cloud-based version of the WhatsApp Business Platform, hosted by Meta, to any business across the world. Now, you might wonder, how will it work? Well, like cloud services companies, Meta will act as a hosting service. We'll make that clear, so people using the product know how it works. And Meta will take on all the secure hosting. This includes maintenance, network, compute, storage, and everything else for free. This infrastructure update means businesses can increase the number of messages they send to their customers and gives them instant access to new features we build. We think this will be a game changer for the businesses, developers, and partners who build on WhatsApp. For example, one of our partners, Zendesk, has been testing this new option for a few months and is already benefiting from it. So now, whether a business wants to work with one of our partners or access our service directly from Meta, it'll be much faster and easier to get up and running on WhatsApp. If you're a business or developer and you want to get started on the WhatsApp business platform, you can sign up here or through one of our 100+ partners. Whether it's a business in your neighborhood, like my favorite Indian restaurant, or a large one across the world, we'll keep building to make WhatsApp a great way for businesses to get business done. I can't wait to see your business grow on WhatsApp.
I always made the noise, like.
Mostrando uma língua pra sociedade.
A minha saindo do banco.
Eu tinha um bigo quando era
Sério?
tipo, eu tinha 15, 16 anos, chamava Bart.
So we are here to talk about how GM created a brand new way of selling cars in Brazil through WhatsApp, of course.
WhatsApp was already on the roadmap, but COVID-19 was the big digital transformator. All our stores closed, selling like 0 units in a continent that sells normally 15,000. We started to look to WhatsApp and see that the consumers, they didn't want to do leads anymore. They didn't want to fill in a form. They didn't want to wait for like 72 hours. So I think started as a way to kind of save us in a moment that we were not being able to sell. But at the same time, it was an enabler for a much bigger revolution.
And how about the challenges, Bruno, to bring this strategy to the light?
You don't ask anymore for a telephone. You don't ask for a number. You ask for your WhatsApp. Although that's true in a personal level, the companies struggle to understand what WhatsApp is. For instance, some of the guys on the dealerships, they were answering, "Can I call you?" And the consumer say, "No, you can't." So there were a cultural challenge to make people understand that WhatsApp on the corporative world is the same that in a personal level. So in the beginning, everybody was talking, "No, it's a lead in WhatsApp." So, no, it's not a lead, it's a conversation. You need to be very careful because the consumers don't want to be bothered. So it requires intelligence behind WhatsApp.
The main point of this strategy was to understand the natural language of the final customer, because in Brazil, a lot of car names, they are in English. So most of Brazilian people does not speak English. So when he write it down in a different way, the bot can understand and it's comfortable and it feels like, okay, let's continue on this conversation. That was something that we built together, our team and your team.
I totally agree.
So in the middle of a health crisis, you guys faced a big challenge.
We tried to use the crisis to come out stronger. Came out the idea of, you know what, why we can't do our dealerships inside WhatsApp? Is it possible? And then we brought the challenge to you guys, and it was a huge one. We want to connect 650 stores at the same time. How it's possible? I think we were bold on the right moment, and we came out much stronger of the crisis. So now we are talking about 7,000 cars per year. If I close WhatsApp today, I have to open 25 stores to mitigate the volume. So it's something that today is on the core of GM's sales strategies, and we did on 3 months. So it's amazing how we were able to put that together. Like
For us too,
Yeah.
it was a big learning for us. Like we put the GM shirt and we said, let's do it. Let's turn on this strategy to digital and let's save some sales, right?
Chevrolet is a very big brand in Brazil, so we knew that as soon as we link WhatsApp on GM's website and on Instagram, we would receive lots of consumers.
There was not one day that we have any doubt that this would be the best strategy. We knew that we have to evolve with you guys. We knew how important was the strategy to you, to your moment, to the company moment.
We are raising the bar. So I
Yeah.
think it's been a very fun road, right?
It's really amazing. Challenges emerged and you saw them as an opportunity.
Thanks, Ami. A little something about me. I'm a bit of a sneakerhead and also love a good story. So let's start with a story about awesome sneakers. I noticed that my favorite brand was dropping new limited editions on Instagram Live. The first 100 people to post would get a 23% discount. I posted right away and was greeted by Kicks, their AI-powered assistant, with a questionable sense of humor. A quick and admittedly fun conversation later, I was able to order the shoe and get the discount applied to my order in the chat itself. Before we move on, why is this important? Facebook and Instagram help people discover and connect with what matters most to them. People build lasting relationships, not just with each other, but with their favorite businesses. In fact, did you know that 90% of people on Instagram follow at least one business? And as Emil talked about, we are helping people start conversations with businesses they care about. And hundreds of millions of people are starting these conversations every month by DMing brands, interacting with stories, commenting on live streams just like I did, and so much more. And then for businesses who want to start even more conversations, and why wouldn't you? Our click-to-message ad products can drive incredible results. For example, the National Australia Bank use ads that click to Messenger to connect small businesses directly with their business experts. They reduce their cost per inquiry by an astounding 83%, while also increasing the total number of leads 6 times. Next, our tools and APIs help businesses scale through conversations. For small businesses, we built easy-to-use inboxes right in the Messenger and Instagram apps. Whether you're on the go, wrapping up hundreds of tasks, or between customers, our inboxes help you quickly respond to messages. And features like FAQs help customers get instant answers to common questions. Now, this is important because we have seen that businesses who respond to messages within 5 hours receive 380% more valuable messages. And for mid to large size businesses, our messaging APIs for Messenger and Instagram allow you to not only lower your support costs, but also increase your customer satisfaction and drive sales. And this is why, since launching our Instagram messaging API last year, we've quickly built an ecosystem of more than 500 developer partners and continues to grow really fast, who enable millions of conversations every month. Lastly, we want to help you delight customers with a seamless customer experience. We are very excited about our appointment booking tool, which will let your customers book appointments and get reminders right in the thread. On that note, going back to our story, when I purchased my shoes from Kicks, the conversation was over. It just didn't feel right. Something was still missing to make this an end-to-end seamless experience. We know that customers want to hear from businesses when the information is timely, personal, and relevant. So we thought a lot. We thought a lot about how to give businesses tools to keep the conversation going. And we are thrilled, beyond thrilled, to announce that all businesses are now able to send recurring notifications on Messenger. Now you can re-engage people right in the messaging thread. This unlocks a whole new world of use cases that will benefit your business and your customers. You can send a daily fashion tip to keep people engaged with your brand, or even a weekly reminder to schedule a personal training session at the gym. Side note, this is what I need the most. We've made it easy to integrate recurring notifications into your campaigns. You choose the topics you'd like people to opt into. You choose how often customers can hear from you, monthly, weekly, or even daily. And you shape your content so your messages are always on brand and relevant. So what do you think? Would my conversation with Kicks end right after my purchase? No way. Kicks would ask me if I'd like to hear about new sneaker drops every month, and I'd obviously opt in with a tap. A month later, as promised, I'd hear about an exciting new drop. And because I love sneakers and Kicks is slowly growing on me, I'd jump on the deal once again. If I change my mind, not a big deal. I can always opt out with just a tap. The customer is always in control. And these are the reasons why, throughout testing, recurring notifications have driven awesome results for businesses. vastly outperforming other channels like email and SMS. For example, Chic Me launched a click-to-message campaign encouraging customers to opt in to receive weekly coupons. Their open rates was 79% higher than email. Another example, Outer Isle, a health foods company, saw their click-through rates go through the roof. 3.5 times higher than SMS, and wait for it, 20 times, yes, 20 times higher than email when customers signed up for recurring notifications. The moral of the story is people read your messages and they stay engaged. And you guessed it, recurring notifications drive sales too. E-Ticket, a leading ticketing platform in Mexico, allowed fans to receive alerts about upcoming shows near them. 65% of fans who received a notification purchased a ticket on the same day. We want to help businesses all over the world achieve these kinds of incredible results with recurring notifications. So we are already working with a fast-growing ecosystem of developer partners to bring recurring notifications to you. And on that note, thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing how recurring notifications can help you transform your businesses. Actually, hold on. As a storyteller, I love movies. So as we wrap up, how about a post-credits teaser? This fall, recurring notifications is coming to Instagram Direct, and you can scan the QR code right now to stay up to date. Now, let's hear from Jumper.ai and LBC Express.
And then I took her for some Bollywood parties.
Yeah, we were at the beach.
Which beach is this? Roll. Action. I still remember when we met, you said you wanted to reduce the cost, especially on the contact center, the load that the agents were facing. And then we came up with this idea. Would love for you to share with us, like, how we achieved that. What was your vision? What was your goal?
We were swamped with interactions, predominantly all dominated by voice conversations that we were having with our customers. And we couldn't scale with the voice. It's too costly. Customers did not want to queue up, wait in line, especially for simple, repetitive inquiries, right? How much is it to send a package from A to B? Where's your nearest branch? And the million-dollar question, where's my package?
Right.
Right? So that was the main aspect, how to be able to scale and keep our costs down. After our conversation, you said, we have the solution.
Right. Messenger as a platform was so powerful, and especially to achieve the targets that you wanted us to achieve with you.
Absolutely. Getting the customers from website, getting the package in, and the proactive messaging that came with it.
Yeah, so all the features that we enabled together snowballed into one awesome experience. What kind of results did you see?
You know, with the scale and everything, we jumped from 100,000 interactions to over 300,000 interactions that we're serving now. We achieved the cost savings immediately.
Right.
Right? 200,000 hours, man hours saved. We even felt the answer levels jump. We had 93% in our traditional call center. We jumped to 98%. So that was like a huge lift for us. We were excited, everybody, you, myself, the team, and we saw that there's ways that we could still make it more convenient for the customers. We told you we still had customers coming to our call center voice, and we said, we need to find a way to get them out of there.
We had to leverage on the power of referral links. Depending if they want to track a package, they could just select option 2 or option 3 in IVR and get redirected to the exact same menu on Messenger.
And again, amazing results. 13 to 16% of our calls have shifted and deflected to Messenger.
These automations that we made for you on Messenger, how did it impact the agents that were powering these conversations early on?
After executing it, the agent started to realize their conversations with the customers evolved to more meaningful ones, more challenging, more engaging. And that resulted to a higher internal satisfaction rate. But a more concrete number for us was the attrition rate that we had with our agents dropped from 4% to 2%.
It was fantastic to see that you came up with ideas how to monetize this. Can you explain to us what you wanted to achieve?
The Social is a loyalty program giving them perks, discounts. But more than that, we wanted to provide them tools to enable them to be able to sell. We have so many sellers. What can we do? How do we bridge and close that ecosystem?
Yes.
And Messenger allowed us notifications, broadcast message to our base. We went out on traditional markets. We advertised. We got 2.5 times the number of signups and 1% higher sign-up rate compared to the offline tradition.
You guys put your trust in us when we were just a 5-man team. So last year we got acquired by Vonage. I love this feeling. The team is ecstatic, especially this happening because of the Messenger platform that we leveraged on from day one.
LBC keeps expanding, and wherever we go, you're going to be right with us. And Messenger, I think, will just be the same.
My question, when are you going global with us?
As soon as we end this conversation.
Hello, I'm Brad Birnbaum, Vice President and co-founder of Customer, with a K, the newest member of the Meta family. You've heard a lot today about how messaging is central to digital transformation. And you've seen the opportunities WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram offer to businesses, helping them deliver exceptional customer service at scale. Now you might be wondering how this works in real life. How can my business deliver excellent service when my customers are sending millions of messages across so many channels? It's a good question. I've been building customer service software for 28 years. All that time, I've been seeing the evolution firsthand. Phone, then email, then chat. When messaging took center stage, suddenly people wanted to communicate across more channels than ever. But evolution didn't keep up. Businesses didn't have the tools they needed to help people in the channels they wanted to use. Their support platforms gave them a very limited, fragmented understanding of the customer. They could see a ticket, maybe a few notes, maybe an email thread. They couldn't see a holistic customer journey crossing every channel and interaction. And most importantly, they didn't understand how their customers related to their business. That's when I realized customer service was broken. And that's why we built Customer. We believe the next evolution in customer service is a messaging-first platform built on top of the messaging apps people use most. Works across all the channels your customers are used to. Phone, email, chat, SMS, and of course, messaging. It brings customer conversations seamlessly from each channel into one unified, single-screen view, so agents can treat people like people and focus on the issues that matter most to your business. On top of our omni-channel CRM platform, Customer offers advanced AI tools that deliver personal support without agent intervention and automations that handle problems proactively before they even come up. When you put all that customer goodness together, Forrester found that businesses increase agent efficiency and effectiveness by up to 30% and reduce their service costs up to 88%. Let's see what you can do with Customer today, starting with the ability to support customers across any channel in one central platform. Okay, so this is one of our clients, Priority Bicycles, an online bike retailer. And one of their agents sees a new support request appear. It's a WhatsApp message from Ben. He took a spill on his bike and wants to replace the basket, but he doesn't see it on the website. The agent looks at Ben's personal timeline and sees his entire purchase history, including the exact details he needs about Ben's bike and its basket. So the agent checks their inventory and sees that they still have a few of that same basket in the warehouse. He chats with Ben to confirm his shipping information is still correct and sends the purchase order to Ben's email. From start to finish, the whole interaction only took less than a minute. I love when that happens. The agent never had to ask for a last name, email, or order number. And most importantly, he never had to leave the Customer platform. In the future,
What if this could be even more personalized? For example, Ben might need help installing his new panniers on his bike, so he reaches out on Messenger. Instead of messaging, they decide to start a video chat, and the agent walks Ben through the installation personally. Now, let's talk about how customer helps scale that same level of personalized support as your business grows, and the number of messages grows with it. We give you an advanced AI platform and tools to automate some of your most common interactions without losing that personal touch. When your support automation is powered by a wealth of relevant, practical CRM data, the whole experience feels easy and right. Look, when I run into that kind of automation myself, it still feels like magic. Okay, let's take a look at an example. Let's say Chelsea reaches out to Third Love, an online retailer of size-inclusive bras, activewear, and sleepwear. She uses the customer chat widget on their homepage. She wants to exchange the hoodie she just bought. The customer system identifies the word exchange using natural language processing. It looks up her purchase history and kicks off an end-to-end automated exchange flow. It shows Chelsea her most recent order and then asks if this is the item she'd like to exchange. It is. The platform recommends other options, and Chelsea taps larger item. Third Love displays a few larger options, and Chelsea quickly finds the right size. From here, she just confirms she wants it sent to the same address, and the exchange is complete. Chelsea got that self-service experience she wanted without any repetition or hassle. Third Love was able to deliver the personal support people expect at scale. In the future, I believe our messaging-first platform plus natural language processing could lead to even more nuanced solutions. When she reaches out on Instagram, the entire interaction could take place right there. Customers' natural language processing detects not just her history and intent, but also her sentiment and her specific issue. Then it suggests a personalized set of options to solve her problem. And since Chelsea discovered Third Love on Instagram, it would feel natural to speak with them there. Now, let's take it up a notch. Customer believes that the best support experience handles problems before they become problems. Take delivery.com, for example, an on-demand delivery service for local restaurants and stores. Willow is expecting her dinner to arrive any minute, but she doesn't know there's been a change. Turns out they're out of onion rings. Delivery.com sends an automated message telling her about the issue, offering a few options to make it right. She can't have onion rings tonight, but they do have garlic fries. That's a great ending as far as I'm concerned. But let's think about what could happen in the future. Imagine how delightful it could be for Willow to get a proactive message about a few of her favorite restaurants. They've each got amazing new menu options for her to try. With the right tools, this kind of engagement can be both completely personalized and completely automated. The brands that stand out are going to be the ones who treat people like people, not tickets. That's why we built Customer, so support teams can deliver meaningful conversations, whether someone is feeling delighted or frustrated or just looking for something new, right there in the channels they prefer. And it's so easy to get started. Just one click installs Customer in your channels, then one more click connects it to your Shopify store. Then you're up and running. Look, conversations are the future of commerce, and it's time to start having better conversations with Customer and Meta. That's how you deliver personal, effortless human support at scale across all of your messaging channels.
Thanks so much, Brad. What a fantastic addition to the Meta family. Now, with all of those announcements, I hope you found something to get excited about. There will be also an opportunity to dive deeper on some of those announcements after the keynote as conversations continues into the breakout sessions. We have a dedicated track for developers who build on our APIs and tracks for businesses large or small that use our messaging tools. But before we get there, let's discover how messaging is already transforming small businesses all over the world with Meta's Vice President of Small Business Product Marketing, Pooja Peter-Ratna.
Minha maior dificuldade era manter contato com as clientes.
Deshalb haben wir angefangen, die WhatsApp Business App zu benutzen, Kosten zu senken und schneller zu sein.
Cerrar esas brechas que dividen a nuestras comunidades no tiene precio.
Daí eu pensei, se minhas clientes estão todas no WhatsApp, é lá que eu também tenho que estar.
I'd say we get messages from our community members all the time. They found us. They're like, I just thought I was getting a cup of tea in the mail every month.
It's a great way for us to stay connected to people.
To be warm and friendly and to communicate mindfully. And what I found was actually a family.
For a business like us, that's really huge.
Hello, I'm Pooja Piratna, Vice President of Small Business Product Marketing. In my job, I have the pleasure of speaking with small business owners about their experiences, and I am so inspired by how they, like many of you, operate in today's rapidly changing business and economic environment. Small businesses are the heartbeat of communities around the world and the backbone of our economy, representing about 90% of all businesses and more than 50% of employment. Once upon a time, the hallmark of a small business was a friendly smile and a handshake. And in an effort to maintain those values, and given the pandemic, businesses had to quickly shift that connection online, resulting in 3/4 of SMBs adopting new digital-first business models out of necessity. And this shift hasn't been easy. It has hit small businesses the hardest, and small businesses have stepped up to the plate. You've maintained your authenticity while adopting new technologies and ways of doing things. You heard from Ami and Encore about how we're building enterprise-grade offerings for small businesses, including our lightweight inboxes and the WhatsApp business app. And Emil mentioned our omni-channel tool, Meta Business Suite. We'll really dive into how you can use each of these tools during the small business breakout, which I highly encourage you to attend. But right now, I'd like to walk through 3 easy things any small business owner can do to enhance your business. If you would like to pull out your phone, you can join me through these steps. First, add send message buttons. As Emil shared, we want to make it easy for customers to message you. So let's make sure you have the send message button enabled on your Facebook page. Think of this as your digital "We're Open" sign, inviting potential customers to have a conversation with you. In fact, businesses that set their call to action button to send message on average got 2 times more valuable conversations on Messenger compared to those who didn't. You can do this in just 3 taps. Go to your page settings, page info, then you can define your action button or CTA as send message, which will open a conversation on Messenger. And if you connect your WhatsApp business account to Facebook, you'll also be able to start conversations there. You can similarly configure your Instagram profile to add a message or WhatsApp button. Second, use efficiency tools and Meta Business Suite to help your business scale. Meta Business Suite is built for businesses managing higher volumes of messages or across multiple platforms. It allows you to manage all of your activities across Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and soon WhatsApp in one place. Business Suite is used by over 30 million businesses who see 21% more extended conversations with customers. And if you don't already have the app, you can download it using the QR code. And in addition to posting tools and insights, Meta Business Suite helps you respond more quickly and even automatically to messages. From the inbox, tap the 3-dot menu. Then, automated responses. You'll see we have a variety of automation tools to help you build with just a few simple taps. For example, you can now edit your business's most frequently asked questions. You can make this a rich experience, even attaching a photo or button. And these will automatically respond in your conversations across Messenger and Instagram. And now your customers will be able to get their questions answered almost instantly. When Vision Express, an optical chain in the Philippines, started using Meta Business Suite, they were able to grow 2 times more messages and 5 times their revenue, all with saving 36 hours a month in time investment. Third, you can delight your customers by creating a catalog that lets you seamlessly share items right in the chat. Product catalogs hold information about the items you want to advertise or sell. And this feature is available across Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. So let's set up a catalog in the WhatsApp business app. If you don't already use the app for your business, you can download it here using this QR code and set up a business account. The WhatsApp business app was built specifically for small businesses. And in addition to everything you know and love from WhatsApp, it includes tools like away messages and catalog to help you manage your business. Okay, here we go. From Business Tools, you select Catalog, then Add New Item. And now you can customize each item with a photo, name, description, and more. And once you've built your catalog, you can share items with your customers right in the chat. You can even use these catalogs to create Facebook and Instagram ads that will start conversations with you on WhatsApp, helping you to find new customers without the hassle of needing to create a separate ad campaign. Let me give you an example. Fabian Palaretti, who lost his legs in an accident when he was 19 years old, created his own hand pedal bicycle. He launched Rotamax to sell inclusive bicycles, which were relatively unique in Argentina. He uses the catalog to recommend bikes best suited for every customer's individual needs. Messaging has been so effective for Fabian that approximately 50% of all his business communication now happens on WhatsApp. These are just a few simple ways to get started now using these tools. I hope this has helped you see how easy it can be for you to unlock new value for your business through messaging. I am so excited to see how you surprise and delight your customers and expect to see many new businesses born on messaging in the coming years.
Thank you, Pooja. I don't know about you, but I always find these small business stories so inspirational. Hearing how small businesses are connecting with their customers and local communities with business messaging, it gives me so much hope for the continuing global recovery from the last 2 years, and I just can't wait to see what happens next to those businesses and so many others all around the world. But messaging isn't just for small businesses. It's now time to hear from one of the biggest companies in the world. We're fortunate enough to be able to hear from the CEO of Uber, Dara Khosrowshahi. And Dara has joined us to share how Uber uses messaging to improve the experience for their customers. He's here in conversation with our very own COO, Sheryl Sandberg. Over to you, Sheryl.
Thank you, Melinda. I'm so pleased to be informative for everyone, but also really importantly for businesses and people. Now, you may not think of Uber as a messaging-first company, but what if I were to tell you that they are? From their start, Uber has invested to make messaging a really core part of their experience, across everything from driver communications to customer service, like helping you find your lost phone, and even to drive growth by reaching a new community of riders through WhatsApp. I am here today with my friend Dara, who is also CEO of this messaging-first company, Uber, to talk about how inspired your work is in the messaging space. We are in person, in front of real people in a studio. Thank you for joining us, both on this virtual journey of partnering on business messaging, but also in the flesh today. I'm really grateful.
Very excited to be here.
Really, really grateful. So I get to ask you questions.
Sure.
So messaging between your end customers, between riders, between Eats customers, and your workforce is a really critical part of the Uber experience. How do you think about messaging?
So it's core to the experience. What we're doing at Uber essentially is building a software layer on top of the real world to drive transportation of people, of things. And the real world is pretty darn complicated. and full of unexpected outcomes, whether it's traffic delaying a driver from showing up, or it's food prep being late, etc. You really have to adjust to the real world and have a platform that can set expectations between the various parties. And for us, because we're a marketplace company, there are always multiple parties involved in terms of getting that delightful transaction done, whether it's a rider or driver. And with our delivery business, it's three parties, right? It's a courier, it's an eater, it's a merchant as well. So a lot has to happen in order for that experience to be right. And communication and messaging is a core part of that ecosystem in order to connect that rider and the driver in case something goes wrong, or to when things go right, the courier saying your food is here, come and pick it up, etc. And for us, at least, WhatsApp has been, especially in developing markets, the number one communications platform for us. It's the way that folks want to communicate, and it really has become a core part of our everyday workflow.
And something we obviously deeply believe in, and as a very active Uber customer, Uber Eats customer, thinking about that behind the scenes is obviously so interesting. So we were just talking about other markets and the developing markets, but other markets around the world. And in India, which is a very important country for us, you can call an Uber on WhatsApp, which we think is pretty awesome. How are you thinking about the potential of this partnership in India and more broadly?
Yeah, we're super excited about it. And we've never done this before. Usually Uber's big company, we're a very well-known brand. So as you could expect, we'd say, well, if you want Uber, come to the Uber app. But the opportunity for us to partner with WhatsApp was super interesting for us, especially in a market like India. So we've launched the product WhatsApp to Ride now in Lucknow in India. And what we're seeing are some dynamics, frankly, that we didn't expect. As an example, a third of the riders who are coming to us through WhatsApp are new riders. And that's a huge number for Uber, right? Uber's a really well-known brand. We've been around for a while. And usually our new ridership as a percentage of total rides, it's actually pretty small. It's in the single digits. So to have a third of riders be new to the platform means that we're seeing a huge amount of incrementality as a result of working with WhatsApp here, which is exactly what we're looking for. And I think that's relatively unusual for such a big brand like Uber to have that kind of incrementality show up in a channel. The second factor that we're seeing is that the customer base is a very young customer base. So this is a customer base that's significantly younger than the rest of our customer base. And as a result is another way for us to penetrate into that younger generation that is looking to be mobile, whether they want to be mobile on rides or they want to use Eats, etc. It's definitely something that we're going to follow. So we're super excited about the pilot right now. I think one watch out that we're working on is working on the experience, because WhatsApp is a different, let's say, front door for those customers. So now what we're doing is we're really working on the experience and making sure that we customize the experience for the WhatsApp channel based on the signal that we see, so that not only do we get that top of funnel ignition and channel and traffic coming in, but also translating that to a great customer experience as well. So the plan is for the product teams to customize a bit to the WhatsApp channel. It's a big enough and different enough channel for that customization to be well worth it. Then we're going to launch in Delhi and surrounding areas. And our plans are really to expand this internationally. So it's not just going to be in India, but it'll be in Brazil and another of our major markets as well. So far so good. And we love reaching that brand new younger customer channel.
Well, we're glad, right? Incremental
Totally.
riders, customers is obviously a really important thing. We're honored to grow your business, and it really is. We consider our job at Meta, our business grows with everyone else's business. If you advertise with us, if you are a message, integration partner, our goal is to drive your business. So the fact that we're doing that is really important. We also really believe in moving people all the way down the funnel. One of the things that's worked really well for us and for more importantly, our clients all over the world are click-to-messaging ads, right?
Yes.
You show an ad. Sometimes you can't quite know what happens after that person sees an ad. But if you click to message, you are clicking to a direct communication. So that's gone really well. So let's take a step back. We started by noting that This is the first time you and I think, have seen each other in years.
Yeah.
Like years.
Yes.
We used to see each other with some frequency. We are in a room with an actual audience. They're wearing masks. This is a different world. We are in an ongoing pandemic world. And that pandemic has really transformed how businesses operate, from small retailers to some of our largest global clients. It certainly hit your business and hit it hard when everyone decided to stay home, since your business, at least before Uber Eats, was really all about leaving the home. How do you see consumer behavior shifting now in the years to come based on this experience?
Absolutely. So I do think that all of our lives have fundamentally changed, right? And the expectation out of what we want from those lives have changed along with it. And as you said, in the early days of the pandemic, we saw our mobility business down by up to 80%. And you can imagine those days were pretty uncomfortable days. Now, at the same time, the demand for all things delivery to your home has absolutely exploded. The Uber Eats business, when I joined, it was a 4 billion run rate. Now it's over 55 billion. And the pandemic has absolutely been a tailwind there. And we're seeing, as we come out of the pandemic, we're certainly seeing mobility come back, which is great. Here we are in person at a place that is not our home, which is terrific, at least for our business. But the behavior of wanting anything and everything delivered to your home, whenever, however that you want it, seems to be absolutely locked in. And what we're seeing now is, usually with any new technology, what was early on delightful becomes normalized, and then the customer says, no, I want more, right? And so what we're seeing now with our delivery business is our eaters and grocery shoppers, one, they want more categories, they want more restaurants, they want more grocery convenience, etc., and are interacting essentially with more ways of getting delivery to their home. They want essentially to be able to have us as a business customized to them. Do they want a delivery window? Do they want it in an hour? Do they want it delivered at 6:30 p.m.? Do they want it in 15 minutes? I want priority delivery right away. So we essentially now have to customize our model to the customer versus telling the customer, here it is, take it or leave it. So that kind of customer demand and want of anything and everything to their home, however they want it, whenever they want it, is absolutely happening. And we're seeing it now extend to many, many more businesses. A lot of businesses are coming to us now saying, hey, we know that you've got that cool delivery service out of Uber Eats. Well, can I provide that same kind of on-demand within the hour delivery from my own website? So I do think that companies like ours really can use the kind of enterprise technologies that we built and essentially open up our stack to power small businesses, for those small businesses to essentially deliver fast, convenient services the way that homes want, just as any other large business would.
It's great. It's absolutely great. I definitely think about what I used to expect to be able to get delivered to my house before this, which was, some stuff.
Yeah.
But now I think every restaurant, I should be able to get anything I want. I should be able to get a much broader array of services, and you've been a huge part of driving that.
I'm curious, are you seeing any fundamental changes in terms of consumer behavior post-pandemic, one way or the other?
We definitely are. We believe that the pandemic was a shift of, a many more years of progress shifting online to where people would have taken a lot longer. They moved much quicker. Also, because we are at the messaging conference, messaging has been so ubiquitous over the past decade, and it's interesting that consumers interact with it. We certainly saw that through the pandemic. But we also really believe that along with that push comes messaging being really important and increasingly, if not ubiquitous, expected for businesses and consumers. The idea that you would be able to message a business that you were working with 4 years ago, I don't think anyone would expect that. Do you expect that today? I don't know. But you're starting to, and I really believe you will be expecting that. And that's partially because customer service is kind of broken. Sure, not at Uber, but at a lot of places. It relies on decades-old technology. No one wants to wait on hold. No one wants to wait for back and forth email. So we believe messaging is much more efficient. And so at Meta, we're starting to use our own products to manage the hundreds of thousands of inquiries we get a day from users. We have a lot of work to do there, but we're trying to really walk the walk and talk the talk in terms of using it ourselves. So last question for you.
Sure.
I love how your teams have integrated with us around messaging. You are here today because you're a great guy and it's nice of you to do it, but also because you've really helped drive a very important partnership. We just talked about WhatsApp in India, and really because messaging is so core to you. Given what your teams have learned, there's a lot of people watching this conference that are not Uber. They're smaller businesses, or they're big businesses that are just getting started with messaging. What advice do you have for them?
So first piece of advice that I'd have is hurry up. It's happening. I think it's exactly like you said, Cheryl, which is it's gone from that stage of delight to normalization to absolute expectation. And I do think it makes a lot of sense, which is if you subscribe to the hypothesis that a higher and higher percentage of any business, a small, medium, or large business, is going to be essentially driven by e-commerce, driven by phone, computer, etc. That customer, by electing to engage with your business over their phone, is telling you something. They're telling you they don't want to talk to a real person, right? They're telling you that they want to use this machine essentially to communicate with you and work with you. And I think what's so interesting about messaging is that it allows you to connect with your customer the ways, the phone, and at the same time, messaging allows you to have that personal connection, right? And especially for small businesses, I think that having a platform like yours that's ubiquitous, but then being able to put some personality customization into the communication between the customer, setting expectations, allows them to connect to their end customer in a way that, maybe a larger retailer, et cetera, can't. So it goes from an expectation to actually a real tool to connect yourself in a fundamental way with your customer and then build on that connection over a period of time.
Absolutely great. Thank you for joining us today, but thank you even more for your use of messaging, this deep partnership, your focus on delivering the best customer service experience, and letting us be part of it. We build products to help businesses grow, and helping your business grow and hopefully provide a great customer experience is something we are really honored to do. I can't wait to see how your use of messaging evolves. I think the fact that you already think it's expected and ubiquitous shows that you are on the cutting edge, and I think going to take it even further. So
thank you. And you should know your team, the Meta team and the WhatsApp team, they've been great to work with, and they have absolutely been customer first. So that has allowed us to run headlong into this partnership and expand it. So thank you for that.
Well, we try that. Thank you so much, Shara. Melinda, back to you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl and Dara. Such an interesting, amazing discussion. I hope you all got a lot out of it, and I hope you also got a lot out of our presentations today. But there's more to come. In a moment, the breakout sessions will open up, and we'll have tracks for developers, small businesses, and larger businesses alike. The tracks are crammed with ideas on how to grow your business and delight your customers. There are demos, practical guides, businesses sharing their experiences, and so much more. All you need to do is go to the event site. There's plenty to do. The sessions will be available on demand after the event as well to rewatch. So come on back to learn even more and let messaging be a key in transforming the way you do business. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. I really enjoyed your company and hope to see you again right here next year. So long, everybody.